Gave you a minute.
Common Sense Radio.
Good morning this morning. How about 5:53 and how about Todd Starnes right off the bat here?
Radio reporter Todd Starnes.
Does that make me crazy?
Well, I've been busy waxing my dinghy.
Does that make me crazy?
Smoking pot from a bong.
Does that make me crazy?
You can get free hookers, just don't decorate them with Christmas ornaments.
Usually what happens is if Todd Starnes is there, it's some kind of catastrophe. So
Yeah, hey, I got to cut down. We got to get some ribs or something.
Oh, Todd, people are nuts, huh? What's going on, buddy? Yeah.
Jamie, how's it going?
So far, so good. And what is this removal of the offensive American flags? What's happening in the state of Washington?
Yeah, this is over near Seattle and King County. There's a small community that's in the unincorporated part of the community of the county. And for the past 10 years or so, they've put up a display, a patriotic display, honoring America and also honoring the POWs. So there's a big rock wall when you come into town, and so they post, banners and flags and things of that nature on the rock wall. Well, the other day, somebody was driving through town, an out-of-towner, saw the display, called the county to complain, and they actually told the county officials that the American flag was offensive. That's the actual word they used. So instead of the county telling the motorists to go take a flying leap, they dispatched a road crew to this community called Preston, Washington, and they had the road crew remove all of the American flags. But, Jamie, this is where the story takes an interesting turn. You see, not everybody in Washington State's a liberal. And so the town folks got together, and they said, to heck with the county government, we're going to put the flag display back up, and that's exactly what they did. And, Jamie, it is still up this morning.
Todd, you've been around. I mean, the country, and you have basically tapped into the soul, the heart and soul of the country. What is it about the Northeast? I know this person might be out of town, but that person still is up in the Northeast. Between Washington State and Oregon and these places, it seems like the Northeast is really crazy. I'm sorry, I said Northeast. Northwest is what I mean. What is it about these people up there?
Well, they're nuts. They don't have good barbecue. They don't have sweet tea. So it's a godforsaken place. But beyond that, beyond the politics of all of this, Jamie, when you break it down, they're actually pretty conservative. The problem is they've got these large population centers like Portland, Oregon, and Seattle. Yesterday we had on my radio show, we had a guy who was trying to lead this effort to get rid of sanctuary cities in Oregon. And he was telling me, look, the problem is we're just outnumbered in these big cities. Otherwise, everybody's pretty much, they have the same belief system as the good people in St. Louis.
Yeah, well, I guess it's just what the Founding Fathers warned about. And thank goodness that because of the Electoral College, the population centers don't dictate who our president is, and thank goodness for that, because that's exactly what brought us President Trump. So you're probably right. I mean, we hear a lot from Portland, we hear a lot from Seattle, and we hear a lot from New York City, by the way, where Mayor de Blasio continues to amaze with his moves. What's the latest with the homeless people in New York City?
Sweet Lord. Yeah, they're living high on the hog, Jamie. They're living better than I am. The mayor is using tax dollars to put the homeless, up to about 500 homeless people, in pricey hotels around town. We're talking $400, $500 a night hotels, and the bill is just unbelievable. So almost $7,000 a month.
Wow!
That these homeless are getting to live, in the lap of luxury. But here's the problem, Jamie: the homeless are complaining. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
So when they went downstairs to get the breakfast, the breakfast buffet. They're not staying at the Hampton Inn where you can get the free breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
You got to pay like $17 for a bagel. So the homeless are complaining that everything costs too much money.
Unbelievable. So glad you mentioned the Hampton Inn, by the way, because God love the Hampton Inn, man. That breakfast buffet is awesome.
It's a mighty fine breakfast. I'm not going to complain. But by the way, here's the kick in the pants. So the actual people who are paying to stay in the nice fancy hotels, they've reported bed bugs.
Oh, golly. Even the liberals in New York are like, this de Blasio guy's insane. Times Square is back to its old tricks, and, oh, man. Well, Todd, we're glad you're on it, buddy.
Well, indeed. And, Jamie, if you're in Times Square, watch out for literally, they have naked people running around. It's like a National Geographic special every day.
If they're not naked, they're dressed as Elmo, and they're demanding money. So, yeah, ToddStarnes.com. Appreciate you as always, buddy.
Thanks, Jamie.
Hey, guys.